That's right, boys and girls. It's Friday the 13th. I wasn't supposed to be playing this game. Not at my age, not in my room, and definitely not at night. But there I was, controller in hand, volume turned low, hoping nobody would walk in. Because if they did, mom or stepdad, it wasn't just going to be game over. I would have been grounded forever. I didn't even buy the game. I had traded it with my friend Jason. Yeah, that's right, Jason. That Friday after school while waiting for the bus. And we would trade back on Monday morning. Yeah, my friend, his name is Jason, which has somehow made it even weirder. Had a copy of Friday the 13th. We all had those friends growing up that could watch R-rated movies, didn't have any rules at their house. That was my buddy Jason. And I wanted it. I wanted Friday the 13th bad. So, I gave him one of my favorites, RC Pro-Am. Looking back, I'm not sure if it was a fair trade. It was only over the weekend. But at the time, it felt like I was getting away with something. Like I had just traded into something I wasn't supposed to have. And once I brought it home, well, there was no going back. It was in my backpack, and I made sure no one went in my backpack that night. Even before I hit start, I knew the game was different. This wasn't Mario. This wasn't bright, fun, safe. This felt off, like I shouldn't even be looking at it. And then the music started, slow, quiet, almost like it was creeping up on you. And I remember just sitting there for a second, not moving, just listening. And then it happened. The screen changed. Jason appeared. And everything shifted. This wasn't just a game anymore, it was a panic. No instructions, no warning, just survive. And I remember thinking, what happens if I lose? Because this game didn't explain anything except for the torch to light the fireplaces. You're just thrown into it. The cabins, the forest, the paths, the kids you had to save, all with different traits. Some could run fast, some could jump higher. And somewhere out there was Jason. And he could show up at any time, which made it even more terrifying. You'd be walking, minding your own business, and suddenly the music would just change. That sound, if you know, you know. That sound meant one thing. He's here, somewhere, probably on the other side of the map. And your heart would just start racing. Didn't matter how many times you played it. Didn't matter if you were getting better. That moment never got easier. Not as a 9-year-old little kid. Looking back now, it wasn't a great game. Not really. It was kind of confusing. The map didn't make sense. Half the time you didn't even know what you were supposed to be doing. Oh, man. But that wasn't the point. That's not what stuck with me. What stuck with me was the feeling. And I don't even know if my parents fully understood what the game was. But they knew enough. The name alone, Friday the 13th. That's all it really took. And somehow, that made it even more powerful. Because now it wasn't just a game, it was something I wasn't supposed to experience. I wasn't supposed to have it in my possession. And it just made me want to play it, that much more. At about 11:15 that Friday night, I went to get some black cherry Kool-Aid. I remember it was black cherry because I thought it looked like blood because I was playing Friday the 13th from the fridge. And my stepdad, he just happened to get up to go to the restroom, and he asked me, "What are you doing?" And I told him, "Well, I was just thirsty. I needed to get some Kool-Aid." He went off to bed. That was the only small occurrence that happened that weekend where I had to, be cool. My mom and stepdad were always pretty neat, though. I didn't have a lot of rules either. I got to go for bike rides in the country, drink out of neighbors' hoses, go fishing in a small creek about a mile from my house in the middle of nowhere. I could stay up late on the weekends, just have to be quiet after 9 p.m. We also had a house phone, which was, 1989, so everybody did. Absolutely no phone calls after 9 p.m. or my mom would absolutely lose it. I never did get caught, and to this day, I never told my mom that when I was 9 back in 1989, I traded my beloved RC Pro-Am for Friday the 13th for an entire school weekend. Next time, I'll tell you about the game that made me think I was actually getting good at video games, until it humbled me real fast. Like and subscribe for more retro memories. Did you ever play Friday the 13th as a kid? What are your memories of this game? Thanks for watching. Until next time.